and we're very happy to have you on Melody Sports.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for having me.
Adam, how does it feel like to have your first international call-up from the Egyptian national team, like being in England for these long years and now being called up for Egypt?
Yeah, it's obviously a great feeling. Very honoured to be called into the squad by Bob and his coaching team. It's a real honour, and I've been made to feel really welcome since joining by the boys that are here in the team and the staff, and all the public as well. They've made me feel really welcome. And I'm looking forward to playing some football.
فأنا سألته يعني رأيك إيه في أول استدعاء رسمي لمنتخب مصر؟ بيقول لي أنا مبسوط جدا، الجهاز هنا من ساعة وصولي وهو مرحب بيا جدا، وحتى الناس بشكل عام وكل اللاعبين في تأقلم سريع. Like I heard like you've been blended in the team so quickly, like even the players are saying like you feel very friendly. It's not like you're coming for the first time for the team. Like, it looks like you're colleagues for a long time.
So the boys have made me feel really, really welcome. They all seem like a really good group. A nice atmosphere in the camp, and they've made me feel so part of it. That may be the reason for that. I'm enjoying every minute. It's a challenge. I'm learning the language as I go. I'm trying to pick up every time I hear a new word. I write it down in my book and try and revise it and try and learn it. And hopefully, in years to come, I'll be able to speak fluent enough to do this interview in Arabic.
Yes, of course. سألته طبعا يعني الناس بتشعر كلها ان انت قديم مع المجموعه دي. قال لي فعلا في الجروب ده من اللاعبين هايل جدا، الاجواء في المعسكر رائعه. بيقول لي انا مستمتع جدا بكل لحظه، بحاول اتعلم عربي، كل ما بلقط كلمه بكتبها، بحاول ان انا اتعلم عشان اعمل معاك اللقاء ده بعد كده في وقت لاحق باللغه العربيه. Mentioning the language, like have you been to Egypt before, or how many times have you been to? How much time you spent in Egypt before?
A few times, but mainly on holiday to Sharm el Sheikh or to Cairo, maybe visiting family, but it's mainly been for vacation. It hasn't been for any length of time that's enabled me to learn the language. Growing up in London, in Brighton, which is not far from London, is there's not many Arabic speaking people speaking Arabic over there, so it's difficult. But I'm learning. I'm willing to learn. I can't wait to. It's a challenge for me, to learn the language and be part of a team that hopefully is going to have success.
طبعا انا سالته برضه على اللغه، قلت له انت جيت مصر قد ايه او قضيت في مصر وقت قد ايه؟ بيقول لي انا قضيت في مصر اجازات، يعني كنت باجي شرم الشيخ ساعات مره او اتنين، اجازات كلها، مش مجرد ان انا ابقى وقت طويل او اتعلم فيه اللغه، لكن تعلم اللغه تحدي بالنسبه لي. Have you been following the Egyptian football in general, like the Egyptian league? Do you know about the Egyptian clubs, or is it's a little bit like you're getting to know now?
Obviously, it's well publicised what happened in Port Said in the Egyptian league. So obviously I know about that, and I have been keeping an eye out more and more with the club football, but mainly just the national team, because it's difficult to get coverage in London. You don't get any TV coverage of the Egyptian league because we have no English players really that play over here, which
of course
it's difficult. You have to rely on the internet most of the time, which is usually a little bit behind, but yeah, basically, I'm learning all the time, and I'm looking forward to the challenge really.
Of course. أنا سألته برضه يعني هل له علم عن الكرة المصرية؟ بيقول لي طبعا قليل. هو أحداث بورسعيد كانت واضحة جدا والناس كلها اتكلمت عنها. بيقول لي لكن للأمانة هناك في إنجلترا ما فيش لاعبين إنجليز في مصر هنا، فما فيش متابعة للميديا في إنجلترا عن الدوري المصري. بيقول لي من خلال الإنترنت ساعات بيتابع، لكن بيتابع مباريات المنتخب بشكل أكبر. Have it crossed your mind before, like being called up for the Egyptian national team, like being brought up in England for this long time? Like, have you ever thought of playing for the Egyptian national team before?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, my dad has always made us really aware of our roots as a family, and with me and my brothers. And it's always been a dream really to play. And hopefully, I was always hopeful one day I'd get the call, and finally I have, and I'm willing. I'm really wanting to grasp the chance with both hands and make a real go of it.
سألته برضو عن هل هو كان يعني عنده بيجي في دماغه انه يلعب في منتخب مصر. قال لي انا فعلا والدي على طول كان بيكلمني عن مصر والموضوع كان في ذهني وكنت عندي الحلم ده ان انا العب في منتخب مصر، واخيرا ده تحقق الحلم وفعلا يبدو ان انا ان شاء الله هلعب في منتخب مصر وهتمسك بالحلم حتى اللحظه الاخيره. لكن for the past few years, you know, every year we hear some news about maybe some negotiations with some Egyptian clubs here and there. Is it like possible, or have you ever considered playing for the Egyptian league, or that's a little bit like hard for you?
I don't know. Never say never in football. What I can say is that since Gus Poyet has taken over in Brighton, it's a good club to be at, and it's a club going in the right direction. And I've really enjoyed my football under Gus because we play some really good football. And, we've got a good team there. But you never know in football. Who knows what's around the corner? I mean, so I wouldn't rule anything out.
انا سالته برضه يعني سمعنا اكتر من مره ان انت كان احتمال تلعب هنا في مصر او اكتر من نادي بيتكلم، هل ده محتمل بالنسبه لك ولا لا؟ بيقول انا مستمتع جدا في برايتون، نادي كويس جدا بيسير في الاتجاه الصحيح، نادي كويس، ويعني عمرك ما تقول في الكوره ان ده عمره ما هيحصل، الله اعلم، محدش عارف ايه اللي بيحصل، كل يوم بيبقى فيه جديد. Like being upcoming the World Cup, like the dream, you know, it's our dream, every Egyptian's dream to be in the World Cup. Now you've seen the atmosphere here and you've been like to the atmosphere in Egypt, like football atmosphere. Do you think it's possible with the group you're now getting to know our group in the World Cup qualifiers? Like, what do you think of this dream?
Obviously, I think this has got to be the dream of every Egyptian, really. Every player in that squad as well has got the same dream. Obviously, we all want to achieve and have success, and that is obviously our ultimate goal is to get to the World Cup and have a successful tournament, which I don't see any reason why we can't do that. I mean, it's been done before, and from what I've seen, the setup under Bob Bradley and his coaching staff is very good, and we've got a good group of lads with a lot of ability in there, which has made me believe that we've got every chance.
برضه سالته عن حلم كاس العالم، بيقول لي انا مش شايف اي سبب يخلينا ما نتاهلش لكاس العالم بالمجموعه دي من اللاعبين، مجموعه مميزه قوي كلها امكانيات هايله، جهاز فني رائع بقياده بوب برادلي، حلم وهو لاحظ ان ده حلم فعلا كل اللاعبين، بيقول لي انا مش شايف اي سبب ان احنا ما نتاهلش. After 3 training sessions in Egypt, like of course there's a big difference between the English football and the Egyptian football, even in every position you play, like the center back is not the same center back here, like the right back is not the same right back. What do you think? How did you see this?
Yeah, there is differences in the game. In England it's very physical, the game's very aggressive, it's probably more direct and not quite as patient or technical. I mean, it's a lot more technical over here, I think. And it's a lot more possibly patient and maybe a bit slower because of the heat. But yeah, it's, I'm learning and I'm willing to adapt and to play out here really.
انا برضه سالته عن فرق الكبير اللي في كره القدم من هنا وهناك، قال لي فرق كبير طبعا، هناك كره القدم فيها قوه وفيها سرعه، هنا في نوعا ما مهاره وفي ناحيه فنيه اكتر، في صبر اكتر، مش عايز يقول انها كره ابطا شويه، بيقول انه في حراره عاليه ولكن انا عايز اتاقلم مع كل ده، انا كل ده عايز اتاقلم معاه وعايز ابقى بادي هنا بالشكل اللي كله محتاجه. The reception of the fans in Egypt, you haven't been really to Egypt and maybe you're like a little bit of a new face in Egypt, but of course everybody is excited about a new player in the national team. What do you feel of this?
Yeah, it's great to be here. It's great to be part of the team, and I haven't really been paying any attention to any what's in the media really. I've try and not just focus on my football. All I can say is that I'm really enjoying it so far, and it's a real honour to be part.
You're adapting with the heat?
Pardon?
You're adapting with the heat?
Adapting with the heat, yeah, no problem. It's obviously a lot hotter than what I'm used to in London.
You'll get a little bit red, but it's all right.
So, but yeah, there's no problem with the heat. The game is possibly a little bit slower because of the heat, but it's a lot more technical and it's a lot more patient. So it's a bit different, but it's a challenge, and I'm willing to adapt and willing to learn, and can't wait to play some football.
All right. Good luck for your debut in Sudan, hopefully, inshallah.
Thank you very much, Abdul.
ثانك يو فيري ماتش. ثانك يو ادم. هو اخر حاجه كان بيقول لي انا يعني لما جيت هنا استقبال الناس كان كبير، وفي برضه طبعا اعلام كان مهتم، لكن انا بيقول لي مش عايز اركز في الاعلام في الوقت الحالي لانه عايز اركز في الكوره. بيقول لي انا عايز اركز في الكوره قوي، عايز العب شويه كره قدم هنا. حتى بيقول لي ان درجه الحراره مخليها الكوره نوعا ما ابطا هنا، مباريات نوعا ما قد تكون رتمها ابطا، لكن في نفس الوقت انا عندي استعداد ان انا اتعلم الطريقه دي، عايز اتاقلم على اللعب، عايز ابدا بالشكل ده. قلت له حظ سعيد في اول مباراه دوليه ليك في طبعا السودان، معسكر السودان. هو هيشوف بقى الاجواء الافريقيه عامله ازاي. عايز اقول لكم ان هو والده مصري 100%، لكن ادم زي ما انتم شفتوا حضراتكم يعني ما فيش كلمه